What if I told you that you no longer have to sit at your boring 9 to 5 while daydreaming about becoming successful? In Millionaire Mindset, embark on an extraordinary journey towards unlocking the hidden potential within you and unleashing the power of your mind to achieve lasting financial success. Attract prosperity into your life by thinking like top millionaires. Hello, this is Samuel Farron, and you are listening to Millionaire Mindset. Discover the secrets and habits of the wealthy with proven techniques to achieve financial freedom, build lasting success, manifest money, and attract prosperity. Provided to you by United Audiobooks. I hope you enjoy my audiobook. Now, let us begin. Introduction. If you pay attention to social media or follow influencers, you've probably heard someone mention the millionaire mindset. It's ingrained in the hustler culture. So, what exactly does it imply when someone mentions having a millionaire mindset or that you need one? Does everyone learn it on their own? It's not about earning $1 million that defines a millionaire mindset. It's not about your bank account, real estate, financial security, or living in a penthouse in New York. According to individuals who swear by it, having a millionaire mindset entails concentrating on changing your life, beginning with your perspective, and achieving the goals you've always wanted to realize. It's also not a simple task. Every day, you must promote intentional behaviors and ways of thinking. The idea is that millionaires reside in an environment of abundance that enables them to experience more achievement and self-confidence. You must first act as though you have already accomplished your goals to succeed. Your success then fuels additional success. The most crucial financial planning advice I can give to recent graduates making their first forays into adulthood is to have a millionaire mindset. This does not imply that achieving extreme wealth should be your life's ambition. However, adopting a millionaire mindset will help you create a strong financial foundation that will enable you to achieve your goals in life and become one of the millionaires. Let me explain what a millionaire is. According to original research, a millionaire has a net worth of $1 million. That sum would result in an annual income of about $30,000. That is in no way wealthy enough to lead a luxury lifestyle in the modern world, according to the results of the Global Wealth Study. You most likely know a few millionaires. They live with the millionaire mindset. Thus, it stands to reason that you don't view them as wealthy people. So, how can you develop a millionaire mindset? By taking the easy steps outlined in this book. Chapter 1. The Power of a Millionaire Mindset. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to be getting richer every day, while others are caught in a never-ending fight to make even a steady living, much less aim for the millions? Is it due to the difference in their commitment, knowledge, aptitudes, timeliness, work habits, contacts, karma, or their choice of jobs, organizations, or bets? It is none of the above. You can learn anything there is to know about marketing, negotiating, cashing in on sales, understanding exchange rates, selling information, selling real estate, selling agricultural products, and a wide range of other enterprises that trade value for money. However, suppose your financial strategy isn't set up for high levels of success. In that case, you won't ever have a lot of money, let alone become wealthy enough to be a millionaire, manifest wealth, or live a life of abundance. You should change your cash plan if your finances are not going as smoothly as you would want. Understanding the wealth mindset. The rich differ from the poor or even the middle class in various ways. I don't mean famous people who are extremely wealthy like Oprah Winfrey, Beyoncé, or Peyton Manning when I talk about the wealthy. I'm talking about the simple multimillionaire, a position that anyone with an income comparable to a physician may eventually attain with a respectable amount of effort, discipline, and preparation. Perhaps the most important difference between a doctor who will become wealthy versus one who will remain in poverty is the mindset. Simply put, the wealthy and those destined to become wealthy have 6 different ways of thinking from the bulk of their contemporaries. 1. The wealthy consider the future. More than anything else, people who are poor and will remain poor don't consider what their lives will be like in 20 or even 5 years. Worse yet, they're worrying about their lunch or Friday night plans. Rich people typically plan and begin contemplating their retirement when they are in their 20s and obtain their first paycheck. The wealthy are preparing their estates to determine how many generations they can make their fortune survive when the middle class starts thinking about retirement, usually in their mid-50s. Middle-class Mike buys a new car on credit when he needs to replace one because he didn't anticipate doing so. Rich Willie uses cash he has been saving for years to buy the car. Poor Peter considers the payment and how it relates to his income when determining if he can buy something. He thinks, how can I reduce my payment? Rich Rick asks himself, what is the cheapest way I can get this thing? If it must be purchased with credit, Rich Rick and Wealthy Willie work out ways to pay as little interest as possible or, at the very least, compare the interest rate to their anticipated investment returns. 2. The wealthy prioritize happiness and quality while making purchases. A wealthy person prioritizes quality over money when making a purchase. They have discovered that quality items are often less expensive in the long run because they will last longer owing to their higher craftsmanship. So it is not simply, if you have to ask, you can't afford it. More importantly, they have already decided how much money they should spend to make them happy. They save enough for and buy a nice car after deciding that a nice car will make them happier than a new boat, a trip, or retiring earlier. They enjoy every step of the process, including saving money and anticipating the purchase, making the purchase, and using the item without worrying about making more payments. Wealthy doctors do spend, but they do so deliberately. 3. Ownership mentality is a trait of the wealthy. On the whole, rich people prefer to be owners over employees. An employee's income is always limited to her wage, whereas the earning potential of a business owner is limitless. A business owner will never pay a worker more than she can make. If she did, there wouldn't be any money to be made. Owners of a business benefit when it performs extremely well. Owners suffer when it performs poorly. However, the employees also suffer since they will be fired. There is only a downside and no upside. Similarly, the wealthy want investments where they act as owners. This includes investing in their own companies and those of others, whether privately held or publicly traded, on the stock market. They also make real estate investments to gain from appreciation and rent collection, and growth. Instead of speculating, they invest and retain their money for years instead of days. If they invest, people with low incomes invest in bank accounts, CDs, and other comparable securities. 4. The wealthy prioritize helping others. A successful business owner is nearly always more concerned with her customers than her revenue. She is aware that if she adds worth to others, eventually, the money will take care of itself. Additionally, the marginal utility of increased revenue for the owner decreases noticeably at a given degree of success. If she keeps working, it will be because she enjoys doing good deeds and creating worthwhile things. It isn't about getting paid every other Friday, and focusing on the needs of others leads to greater success. 5. The rich put themselves in a risk-taking position. While it is true that the wealthy are often much more willing to take major risks in their jobs and with their investments than those in the poor or middle class, they are also professionals at positioning themselves in such a way that they can afford to take that risk. They avoid consumer debt, such as credit card and auto loan debt. They reduced their student debt and paid it off more quickly than their contemporaries. They can continuously have money available for new investments since they live on a little portion of their income. Through strategic expenditure and debt reduction, they reduce their fixed ongoing expenses. They retain enough money to secure assets to start a business, care for a family emergency, or lose their work without dipping into their retirement funds or long-term investments. Additionally, they know their value in the industry and are working to advance their knowledge and abilities so that their clients and employees will value them more each year. Success begets confidence, which in turn breeds even more confidence. In many ways, people who are meant to be successful can bring themselves to prosperity via the power of concentration. 6. The rich receive financial education. The wealthy acquire a command of financial and investment language. It doesn't follow that the wealthy don't consult with financial, accounting, or legal professionals. They know that if you can't even communicate in their language, having a meaningful dialogue with a financial professional is impossible. To the wealthy, concepts like inflation, depreciation, deductions, Roth IRAs, long-term capital gains, and others are everyday words. Still, to the majority of Americans, they could just as easily be Chinese words. The wealthy teach their children this language, giving them a competitive edge in school and their careers. Everyone has the opportunity to acquire these habits and skills, which is a fantastic thing. While there is a lot of wealth inequality in our culture, and there are outside influences, you have complete control over a portion of your financial success. By adopting a millionaire mindset, you can attain your financial goals. How your mindset shapes your financial future. Your mindset, rather than your income level, financial plan, or investing strategy, is the most crucial element of your financial life. No amount of planning or action can change your current financial condition if you don't have the appropriate mindset. A terrible financial life can result from having a negative outlook on money, money management, and financial planning. Though having a more upbeat outlook makes you more likely to take the required steps to make your goals a reality, it doesn't necessarily indicate that wonderful things will happen overnight. What are you prepared to give up now to achieve your future goals? Are you prepared to give up your time with friends on the weekends to work a second job to pay off debt and start saving money for the future? If it puts you in a better financial position for the future, are you willing to trade in your present vehicle for a cheaper one? Positivity in your financial outlook encourages effective conduct and a healthy relationship with money. Achieving a sound financial outlook is similar to going to the gym. How many people make resolutions to lose weight or improve each January? How often do they fail to improve? Are you also guilty of this? Imagine the country's gyms opening up once more. People will flock to their neighborhood gyms to revert to who they were before the quarantine, much like the White Walkers flocked to Winterfell. A few weeks into their mission, they'll abruptly vanish from the gyms, exactly like the White Walkers in the entire plot of Game of Thrones' 8th season. Why do so many individuals set goals but never accomplish them? The simple answer is their mindset. When setting goals, most people tend to be too general, significantly reducing their chance of achievement. Goals that lack clarity and can't be measured or tracked include wanting to look beautiful in a bathing suit, reduce weight, get out of debt, or have more money. As a result, the likelihood that such goals will be achieved is minimal. How do you know what to do to lose weight if you tell yourself you want to lose weight but don't specify how many pounds you want to shed or even know your current weight? As an alternative, resolve to lose a certain amount of weight, such as 10 pounds in 10 weeks. Because you have a clear objective, you can track your progress and adjust as required to stay on course, greatly increasing your chances of success. The same is true of your financial situation. How will you ever attain your goals if you don't sit down and make plans for each one, such as retiring comfortably or paying off debt? If getting out of debt is your objective, you should calculate how much debt you now have, how much of your monthly income goes toward paying it off, and how much additional income you would need to generate to pay off your debt in the preferred time frame. Determine your retirement date, select how much income you'd like to have in retirement, and then calculate how much money you'll need to invest to provide a realistic retirement income if you want a pleasant retirement. I compare economics and fitness because these are two areas of life where cheating is not an option. Being truthful with yourself is crucial to having a sound financial outlook. We're all emotional, impulsive, and messy from time to time, so creating an excessively rigorous budget that won't allow for the occasional impulse will undermine your efforts to better your financial situation. Tight financial constraints can force you to stop adhering to your budget or give up totally, just like an extremely restrictive diet can result in stronger desires to deviate from the meal plan. Feeling starved might make you despise your efforts and behave irrationally. A critical component of having a positive financial outlook is being aware of your impulsive vices and developing a plan to control them healthily while rewarding yourself sometimes. There is nothing wrong with treating yourself while you continue focusing on your financial wellness. While there are some things you can't control, such as when the market declines, you can control your outlook and the method you rely on to decide what's best for your future. In the early stages of your financial journey, it's crucial to stay the course and keep your attention on the favorable results of your goals. Determine the steps to maintain your motivation for the ensuing 1, 5, 10, or even 20 years. Your target will always shift, but if you stay motivated and remember your ultimate goal, you can continue heading in the right direction. Some people create vision boards or goal charts to remind themselves of their goals, but you should do whatever motivates you the most naturally and successfully. Remember that you can become financially free by changing your thinking and committing to being accountable for your goals and success. When you are clear on your financial objectives, You should think about finding a financial counselor to keep you inspired and informed. While we are occasionally self-motivated, most of us require some form of outside inspiration, especially when we are at our lowest. Even if nothing else, employing a financial counselor will help you stay committed to the spending and saving habits that will ensure your success over the long term. Chapter 2. The Secrets of Wealthy Individuals. It's probably true that the wealthy seem to possess financial knowledge that the rest of us do not, despite appearances to the contrary. The Federal Reserve believes there must be a cause for the fact that the richest 1% of people today hold more than 30% of the world's wealth. The secrets of wealth accumulation may be known only to the wealthy, but this does not obligate them to keep their knowledge hidden. Everyone wants to be rich, but few people are aware of how to get it. Contrary to popular belief, you don't need a lot of money to start on the path to wealth, and many of the world's wealthiest individuals had really humble beginnings. So what is their trade secret? It all relies on how you manage your finances. Business owners have a greater degree of control over their income than the majority of people. This shows that if you manage your money well, you can amass wealth. Making as much money as you can is vital, but so is understanding how to save and invest it wisely. Strategies for accumulating and managing wealth. Over time, minor purchases and financial choices could appear unimportant. The price difference between a medium and large coffee won't affect your retirement age. In actuality, though, the response is more complicated than a simple yes or no. On the one hand, a single cup of coffee cannot change your life's path. But what if you consistently choose the larger cup of coffee? A significant sum of money results from multiplying that extra dollar by 365 days in a year. This sum could impact your long-term financial picture. Creating riches is not a significant event or choice. For most people, money results from deliberate decision-making and attentive expenditure. Your frequent purchasing decisions are the ideal place to start if you want to start boosting your wealth and improve your financial outlook. Here are 7 tactics that will help you in reaching your goals. 1. It's best to get started with savings right away. Whether you invest in a savings account or a retirement fund, interest accumulates over time. Early in their careers, the majority of people don't have much extra cash, yet even small saves can add up over time. If you're really strapped for cash, put away $10 or $25 at a time, the cost of a movie ticket or a dinner at a restaurant. You'll gradually build up your savings, start earning interest, and also form the habit of saving money. 2. Benefit from 401k matching. If your business matches your 401k contributions, utilizing the matching funds as early and as often as possible is in your best financial interest. Matching contributions are the sums your employer will contribute to your 401k in addition to your own. If your employer, for instance, offers a 5% matching contribution to your 401k, it means that, assuming you fulfill the requirements for your personal contribution, they will also make 5% to your retirement account. Too many workers miss out on the chance to use this free money. If you make $50,000, for instance, a 5% match from your employer might offer you an extra $2,500 in profits each year, all of which could go into a tax-deferred retirement account. 3. Have no faith in your capacity to stick to a budget. Long-term savings plans are simple to set up, but some consumers have trouble getting the money into their savings account. Do yourself a favor and resist the temptation to blow the money you've saved. Create an automatic savings contribution schedule and pay your monthly savings like any other obligation. You'll eventually stop remembering how much money you saved, and the habit will take hold. However, you may relax knowing you follow your strategy if you keep automating your saves. 4. Use a money management application to keep track of every purchase. Do you know where your money is going? If you don't, you could be surprised by how much you're paying for coffee or streaming services. You can review your spending habits and make the required corrections to enhance your money management abilities by using tools that connect to your bank accounts. Find a tool for managing your finances and start using it to assess your weekly and monthly spending patterns. Find opportunities to make wiser choices and create routines that lower your monthly spending and increase your saving capacity. 5. Increase your savings, not expenditures, as you earn more money. Refrain from starting to spend more as your take-home cash rises as a result of your employer's wage increases. Instead, increase your monthly savings with that extra money. It's acceptable to occasionally give yourself a little additional spending money, but use pay increases to improve your investing and saving efforts instead. Once your needs have been met, you can increase your spending. 6. Constantly consider your future financial objective. A long-term approach involves saving. Along the road, you'll focus on several other savings goals, like purchasing a home, establishing an emergency fund, and even covering your kids' college expenses. No matter where life takes you, ensure you aren't letting your financial situation go to waste by using your savings techniques to advance to the next goal. Nobody can ever forecast how their requirements or financial goals change over time. Even if you feel financially secure, continuing to save will widen your financial safety net and position you to achieve new goals as they emerge. Even though their money is in excellent shape, many rich people constantly work toward saving goals. It only shows you that you're never too wealthy to stop saving. 7. Whenever possible, stay debt-free. Some debts need to be incurred to achieve financial objectives. You probably won't buy a home without getting a mortgage unless you hit the jackpot. But generally speaking, if you're serious about becoming a wise saver, you should avoid taking on debt. Use your savings to purchase your automobile in cash rather than getting a loan. The same applies to any other significant purchases you might make. Credit cards are a great financial instrument, but only use them if you're confident you can pay the full sum each month. Otherwise, you risk falling into a significant, expensive financial hole. Building wealth is a procedure that takes time. To create long-term financial security, one must be persistent and patient and practice good saving habits. Your consistency will be rewarded if you make financially sensible daily decisions. Setting goals and building a roadmap to success. Setting goals is crucial for expanding your business. Goals provide focus, drive, and a precise way to gauge your progress. The same idea applies to making objectives for your personal life, even if this part focuses on setting goals for your business. You could find it challenging to stay focused and comprehend the big picture without goals and a strategy for tracking them. In order to get from where you are now to where you want to be, setting goals might help you map out a path. The following advice will assist you in setting goals for your dealership, focusing on your objectives, and starting to carry out your strategy. 1. Begin with your dream. The first step in defining goals is to consider all of your aspirations. These dreams don't need to be based in reality at this stage, so don't restrict your thinking to possibilities. Now is the moment to consider every possibility without regard to any limitations. Start by writing out your goals for the next year, 5 years, and 10 years on a piece of paper. Without worrying about how you will get there, list all of the potential outcomes, big and small. 2. Create a list of potential outcomes. It's time to hold a brainstorming session to bring any concepts that may still be hidden in your subconscious after identifying your most vivid dreams. You can utilize whatever brainstorming technique that works best for you. Here are a few brainstorming techniques to attempt if you run into trouble. Brain dump. Allow your thoughts to run wild and jot down whatever comes to mind, regardless of whether it makes sense. Making a list. Concentrate on one important idea at a time and make an overview of all the potential goals that might be included in each larger notion. Mind mapping. Begin with a single concept and use words and images to map related concepts. 3. Sort the choices. Putting all of your dreams and ideas from steps 1 and 2 down on paper and making sense of them is the next stage. Sorting your thoughts into a few categories based on metrics that are significant to you is helpful. You may, for instance, categorize your thoughts depending on your priorities and rank them according to their significance to you. The attainability, time commitment needed, financial impact, and acceptability of your ideas could all be categorized. The method you use to generate categories for your ideas is more significant than the categories themselves. You might be shocked by how much overlap exists if you group your ideas and create useful categories. Once you've finished this stage, you can discover recurring themes that keep popping up. Pinpointing your most critical goals can tell you're on the correct track. 4. Make a plan. After completing step 3, you should be able to identify 1 or 2 business objectives you want to pay particular attention to. If not, return to step 3 and reopen the brainstorming process. Your action plan should specify the exact steps you must take while continuously considering why the goal is important to you and what it will mean to you if it is achieved. The term SMART goal setting refers to a planning procedure that assesses 5 unique factors to assess a goal's feasibility. It's a well-defined procedure that turns your goals from a general notion into reality. Many other terminologies have been associated with the SMART acronym, but the breakdown that best describes corporate goal setting is provided here. S for specific. You might only have a broad idea of what you want to accomplish when you start setting objectives. However, you must be clear about your aim as you proceed through the procedure, though. A specific goal should outline what you hope to accomplish, why it is significant, and how you intend on going about it. M for measurable. You must confidently say whether you succeeded in accomplishing your goal. To accomplish this, you must devise a method for tracking your progress and outcome. A measurable goal should have a plan with goals and checkpoints that you can use to gauge your progress throughout the process and should make it evident when the task has been done. A for achievable. Business goals might often challenge and pull you out of your comfort zone. You can set yourself up for failure if your goal and action plan are unrealistic. A realistic goal should have a strategy that divides it into smaller, more achievable tasks that can be completed within your allocated time frame. This plan should also be practical. R for relevant. The possibility of attaining a corporate goal will often depend on its relevance. Goals that do not take into account all of the other elements that have an impact on your business, both directly and indirectly, are often impossible to achieve. Ultimately, a goal should make sense concerning your company's business strategy, mission statement, market, and clientele. T for time-bound. Business goals must have a time constraint. They cannot be open-ended. A deadline might also instill a sense of urgency that will inspire you. Your goal should specify a length of time and a precise time frame for each step in the process to be considered time-based. Creating goals is a continuous process. You must frequently assess your development. Throughout the year, goals might need to be modified. As time passes, circumstances can force you to reorder your goals in light of the market, legislative changes, and other factors that might impact your dealership. Setting goals is similar to planning a trip's itinerary. Your ambitions map out your success. Without goals, you respond to situations as they arise and follow their lead. Avoid getting lost on the way. If you follow the roadmap you make with your goals in mind, you will be far more likely to arrive at your destination. Building multiple streams of income. Making a wealth-building strategy is a component of coming up with ideas for many sources of income. Your strategy should be built on a combination of what I would refer to as the 4 pillars of wealth building, which include minimizing your spending, debt, living expenses, etc., making a healthy budget, increasing your income, and maximizing the use of your money. By increasing your income, you may save, invest, and settle your debts more quickly. It can significantly shorten your time to reach your financial objectives, more than if your only goal was to lower your spending. Let's discuss many ideas for income sources that can boost your income and quicken the process of developing money. Top 3 methods for generating several streams of income. Active income, passive income, and portfolio income are the 3 strategies to generate various types of revenue. There are various levels of effort required for each. Similar to diversifying your investments, you want to do the same with your income sources. Now, let's discuss each of these 3 methods for generating cash. 1. Active sources of income. Active income is the income you get through providing a service or exchanging your time for money. Active income is the cash you make from working each day for an employer or running a business. This is so that you can earn money by exchanging your time and services for it. Naturally, active income requires more time to develop when compared to other income streams. Your salary, commissions, bonuses, and tips are specific instances of active income. You can boost your earned income through active income streams by taking on part-time work, starting a side hustle, raising your rates, or finding better paid employment. 2. Passive sources of income. Passive income is the income your assets generate for you without requiring you to exchange your labor, i.e., you are not actively involved. It often has to do with business or real estate. You can develop many passive income streams by including a passive component in your business, using affiliate marketing, buying real estate, etc. When it comes to passive income, there are numerous sources of inspiration. It's best to have more. 3. Portfolio sources of income. The income you receive from your investments is known as portfolio income. Portfolio income, for instance, is the cash you receive when you sell assets in your stock portfolio at a profit. Interest, capital gains, and dividend income are more specific types of portfolio income. By purchasing firm stocks, bonds, and various stock market funds, you can boost the revenue streams from your investment portfolio. Do this to increase your investments over time and generate portfolio income. I hope you are enjoying my audiobook so far. It would be a pleasure if you could let me know how you are feeling about this audiobook in the comments section below. We would greatly appreciate it if you could also like this video and subscribe to United Audiobooks to have access to more best-selling audiobooks in the future. Also, please, if you are interested in getting more free audiobooks, please click the first link in the description below. Now, let us carry on with the next chapter. Chapter 3. Proven Techniques for Financial Freedom. Asking a group of people to define financial freedom, you will likely get a dozen different responses. Some define financial freedom as having enough monthly income to cover their expenses and a completely funded emergency fund. Some people might prefer to retire early and take long trips. Spending time thinking about your priorities and being honest with yourself is crucial. Whatever your definition of financial freedom may be, here are some steps you can take to realize your future goals. Saving and budgeting. Most people require a means of tracking their monthly financial activities. A budget can provide you with a sense of financial control and make saving money for your goals easier. Finding a financial tracking system that works for you is the trick. The following steps can help you make a budget. 1. Determine your net income. An effective budget is built on your net income as its main component. Take-home pay is the total of your salary or income minus taxes and any perks provided by your employer, such as retirement plans and health insurance. If you concentrate on your gross salary rather than your net pay, you can overspend since you think you'll have more money available than you actually have. If you're a freelancer, gig worker, contractor, or self-employed, keep meticulous records of your contracts and compensation to help manage unpredictable revenue. 2. Track your spending. Determining where your money is going comes after determining how much you have coming in. You can find out what you spend the most on and where it would be easiest to cut costs by tracking and classifying your expenses. List your fixed expenses first. These are typically monthly expenses like utility and car payments, rent or mortgage payments, etc. Next, list your variable expenses, which include groceries, gas, and entertainment, which could differ from month to month. You might discover opportunities to make savings in this region. Since credit card and bank statements often itemize or group your monthly expenses, they are good places to start. You should utilize whatever is available to keep track of your everyday spending, including a smartphone app, a pen and paper, or online budgeting spreadsheets or templates. 3. Set sensible goals. List your short and long-term financial goals before sorting through your gathered data. Short-term goals, which can be achieved in 1 to 3 years, might include creating an emergency fund or reducing credit card debt. Long-term goals like retirement planning or funding your child's school may take decades. Even if your goals can vary, being aware of them helps motivate you to stick to your budget. For instance, it might be easier to reduce spending if you know you're saving for a vacation. 4. Create a plan. Where everything comes together is the distinction between what you spend and what you aspire to spend. To forecast your expenditures over the upcoming several months, use the variable and fixed expenses you have established. Then contrast that with your priorities and net income. Consider establishing explicit, attainable spending caps for every expense category. You might divide your expenditure into requirements and wants to split it further. Gasoline, for instance, is considered a need if you drive to work every day. However, A monthly music subscription might be considered a want. This distinction becomes crucial when determining how to reroute money toward your financial objectives. Step 5. Modify your expenses to be within your means. You can make any necessary changes so that you don't overspend and have money to put toward your goals after documenting your income and spending. Your wants should be the first area where you make cuts. Is it possible to see a movie at home instead of at the theater? If you've already changed how much you spend on wants, pay close attention to how much you spend each month on payments. Upon closer examination, a need may only be hard to part with. Consider modifying your fixed expenses if your calculations still don't make sense. Can you, for instance, save more money on homeowners or auto insurance by shopping around? Such decisions include significant trade-offs, so carefully weigh your options. Keep in mind that even a tiny amount of savings might grow to be large. Making gradual changes can result in a surprisingly large sum of extra money. Step 6. Consistently review your budget. Once your budget is established, checking your spending regularly is crucial to ensure you are still on track. Your budget's components are not fixed in stone. Your expenses can change, you might get a raise, or you might attain a goal and want to plan for a new one. Whatever the reason, practice routinely reviewing your budget using the above procedures. Debt management, breaking free from financial constraints. You've already moved in the correct path if you're looking for a better approach to managing your debt to eliminate most or all. A mortgage can help you realize the goal of owning a home and may even help you generate wealth if your home increases in value as you prepare to move forward. But having too much or improper debt, like high-interest credit card debt, might make it difficult to achieve other financial goals. You might wish to consider these 7 actions to manage your debt better. 1. Take stock of your finances. Priorities first. Make a note of every debt that is still owed to you. Include the interest rates for each to identify which cost you the most. 2. Examine your credit history. 1 or more credit reporting companies should send you a free copy of your credit report. This will help you ensure you haven't overlooked any unpaid debts. Additionally, it's usually a good idea to check that there aren't any accounts you aren't familiar with. If you want to know your credit score, ask your credit card provider or bank if they can provide you with the information free of charge. 3. Keep an eye out for opportunities to merge. Can you combine many loans with high interest rates into one with a lower interest rate? Are any low-interest personal loans available for you to take out to pay off high-interest credit card balances? Before consolidating or refinancing any student loans, you should carefully examine your eligibility for federal loan forgiveness programs because consolidation or refinancing of loans may affect it. 4. Be truthful about your purchases. It's important to look at your monthly expenses honestly if your debt feels overwhelming. Are there any expenses you could reduce or go without? Limiting the new debt you take on is a part of debt reduction. 5. Calculate the amount you must pay. After consolidating, calculate your monthly payment obligation by noting the minimum payments due and adding the amount to your budget. If the sum exceeds your budget, you might need to consult lenders to set up alternative conditions. 6. Determine how much more money you can set aside. Determine how much extra money from your budget you can set aside for debt reduction once you know the monthly baseline amount you must pay towards your debts. Hopefully, the expenses you cut will give you some extra cash to invest toward your goal. 7. Choose your debt reduction plan. How you approach your debt is up to you. The 2 most common approaches are paying down balances with the highest interest rates first, or paying off balances with the lowest interest rates first. The latter can help you maintain momentum and perceive progress, while the former will save you more money in the long run. In either case, you're moving in the right direction, so don't budge from it. Investing wisely. Many Americans seek ways to increase the money they put into their savings and investments when inflation is still a problem and the likelihood of a recession is high. Increasing your income and decreasing your spending are 2 important ways. These tips can help you increase savings, lower debt, increase income, and make good investments, whether you're a young adult ready to establish a retirement fund, a senior citizen living on a fixed income, or a 50-something adult ready to pay off your mortgage. 1. Start with yourself. Instead of saving the remainder of your monthly money, save some as soon as you receive it. Establishing automatic bank account transfers to a savings or investment account is one approach to prioritize paying yourself. 2. Put money aside for emergencies. A strong financial strategy is built on an emergency savings account. Generally speaking, you should have 4 to 7 months' worth of expenses in savings. Move those funds to different savings accounts if you tend to withdraw money from your savings when you shouldn't, so that they won't be gone when you need them. 3. Do your homework. It's imperative to conduct research before investing to be completely aware of the risks and potential benefits. Before investing money, ensure you know the terms, conditions, and fees. Learn about the market you intend to invest in so that you can appropriately evaluate any prospective chances. 4. Increase portfolio diversity. Putting all your eggs in one basket is risky because doing so could result in substantial losses if a particular stock or industry underperforms. Try diversifying your portfolio by investing in asset classes like equities and bonds or industry areas like technology and healthcare. While allowing for potential benefits from other asset classes or sectors, diversification will reduce risk. 5. Recognize your risk tolerance. Your risk tolerance level should be considered when determining how much money to invest in a certain asset class or industry. Do you feel confident taking chances that could result in greater rewards? Or do you favor more cautious investment strategies? Knowing where you are on the risk spectrum is crucial when deciding how much money should be allocated to different assets. You must invest with a plan to ensure your money increases over time. Do your research before investing to be completely aware of any risks involved. Spread your investments among various assets to diversify your portfolio while keeping an eye on risk levels within your comfort range. The best way to invest money properly is to maximize gains while limiting losses to create a stable financial future for yourself or your company. Chapter 4. Habits of the Wealthy. Although wealth can be inherited or rarely gained by chance, many wealthy people began with a small nest egg and intentionally grew their wealth. The good news is that we can use many of these tactics, regardless of how much wealth we start with. They have used various strategies to save, invest, and build money. Successful people credit their habits as being the key to their success. This is why lists showcasing these habits of highly successful people are so prevalent. Accessing these lists can then motivate you to adopt these routines in your own life. The number of successful people who use habits to manage various elements of their lives and achieve success is more important than the habit itself. The art of long-term thinking. The secret is to think long-term genuinely. This is true whether you're trying to form a new, positive habit, break an old one, or pursue your aspirations. Yes, it makes sense. Clichés like patience is a virtue and slow and steady wins the race was part of our upbringing. But somewhere along the way, we forgot about those teachings. I believe it occurred around the time that high-speed internet became a reality. Our society has evolved into one that seeks out, no, demands, immediate pleasure. Everything that we desire, we want right now. We're constantly seeking methods to streamline our lives. The truth is that you can't genuinely cheat your way to success. There are no fast cuts when forming a new habit or mastering a new skill. Sure, there are many fake ones. Many people assert that they have the formula for quick success. Even better, they'll provide that information to you in exchange for just 4 installments of $99.99. However, when it comes down to it, success that lasts a lifetime can only be found by thinking strategically. Now the question is, how does a culture that has gotten fixated on quick satisfaction shift gears and rediscover the value of thinking long-term? A few of my ideas might be helpful. Let's investigate them, shall we? Don't just state your goals. Also state your driving forces. Ask why often and with specificity until you identify the one item that will provide you with the required drive. Just get ideas from your favorite toddler. For instance, if your objective is to exercise daily, your initial reaction to the question, why, might be, because I want to be healthier. Why? Why do you wish to improve your health? The response can be, Because I want to live longer. I want to watch my kids grow up, so that's why. Why? I promised them that I would always be there for them for as long as possible, and I adore them. This is what drives you, not just a generic, I want to be healthier, but also love and a promise you made to your children. Reason logically. In a study, realists reported feeling a greater sense of long-term well-being than optimists, particularly regarding decisions on employment, savings, and any choice involving risk and uncertainty. However, they made sure to note that negative thinking should not take place of good thinking. Additionally, pessimists performed poorly compared to realists, undercutting the notion that low expectations can prevent disappointment and lead to contentment. Finding a happy balance between thinking positively and realistically is, in my opinion, the key to success. Maybe have realistic goals, but have faith in your ability to achieve them. Set goals and create a plan. Short-term goals are undoubtedly stepping stones to success that long-term thinking paves. That holds for both changing your habits and realizing your dreams. Let's return to the daily exercise habit we're trying to establish. If you haven't exercised, jumping directly into an aggressive hour-long regimen after years of inactivity is a definite way to fail. Instead, make more small goals. In the first week, exercise for 15 minutes each day. In the second week, exercise for 30 minutes each day. You can also do this for your dreams. Set a lot of minor goals along the way, instead of just the final one. Decide to set one for each month, week, or day. You'll need those tiny, reachable goals for the next action. Build on your success. Staging your goals can be helpful in this situation. The excitement and momentum you have after achieving a small goal can be used to propel yourself toward the next one, then the next, and so on. You can feel good about yourself even if you only accomplish a small goal. Track your development. The more frequently you check in on your progress toward a goal, the more likely you will succeed. Researchers discovered that monitoring is helpful, even periodically checking in with yourself. However, they also discovered that tracking progress had an even higher impact when information was physically documented or made public. Think about creating or purchasing a journal to record your improvement. Enjoy the journey if you're on one, or permit yourself to embark on a new one. Developing a new habit and chasing your aspirations shouldn't make you miserable. Look for the fun along the way. Make it if you can't find it. If you cannot accomplish that, ask yourself if this is the habit or the goal you want to pursue. I'm not advocating quitting when things are difficult, in no way. But giving up is okay when you understand that what you're after isn't something you want to capture. Changing your goals or strategy for forming a healthy new habit is acceptable. Keep in mind that great things take time. Success will be yours if you change your perspective to emphasize long-term planning rather than seeking immediate gratification. Although it can take longer, great things do indeed take time. Expanding your knowledge to stay ahead. Knowledge, they say, is power. Consider this. Your present mentors and the senior leaders you often engage with at work probably have a deep understanding of the goods and services offered by your company and their line of work, and they might even stay current with general business news. The most successful people in the world discover methods to apply learning to their regular jobs. Effective information acquisition is a skill in and of itself. It typically determines access to opportunities and growth in the job and is the key to unlocking doors that would otherwise be locked. There are many reasons why knowledge is vital. Learning new things helps us think more critically about problems from various angles and hone our thinking and problem-solving skills. We can live more easily and productively with the soft skills necessary to deal with difficult circumstances. This can result in immediate leadership possibilities at work. Let's talk about leveraging your existing knowledge to look for new chances in your personal and professional life. 1. Look at social media. If you regularly use social media, you probably already know how many smart people use it to share knowledge. Investigate internet forums that can teach you more about your selected subject. There is much to learn, whether by reading a Reddit rant about data science, watching TikToks on leadership, or joining a Facebook group to learn more about carpentry. Start by asking your coworkers what social media platforms they've used in the past if the subject you want to learn more about is related to your line of work. If unsure, a quick Google search should bring up several virtual organizations you may check out. 2. Peruse news sources. An excellent approach to remaining current on fresh and important information in your area of interest is to subscribe to newsletters. It's easy. When you subscribe to a fantastic newsletter, a selection of well-picked information is sent to your inbox. Thanks to newsletters, you may spend more time learning and looking less. For instance, many well-known email newsletters have excellent suggestions, tools, and examples to improve your writing skills. 3. Listen to podcasts. A great approach to consuming a lot of knowledge quickly and easily is through podcasts. Podcasts often combine teaching and entertainment. Experts in our fields of interest can provide us with the most recent information we can take wherever we go. The benefit of multitasking while listening is great. Playing a podcast in the background can make driving, dinner preparation sessions, or folding laundry tasks more productive. 4. Utilize microlearning. A technique known as microlearning divides difficult topics into manageable chunks that may be offered to learners at their convenience. Microlearning is a fantastic approach for anyone wishing to increase their knowledge at a time and location that works with their schedule in this age of busy lives and short attention spans. Instead of feeling overloaded, reduce your cognitive overload by acquiring digestible information. 5. Network with professionals. Talk to the finest of the best and put yourself out there. There are probably many professionals in the area you are learning about who would be happy to share some of their knowledge. Try networking on LinkedIn or attending a live or virtual conference if you don't know anyone. You can ask questions like, what measures would you advise someone just entering the sector to take to learn new abilities and information? What tools should I get if I wish to improve this skill? Before each conversation, list questions to help you feel prepared and confident. 6. Describe to others a concept. Are you aware that repetition of material helps with memory? By repeating yourself often, you will learn more quickly and retain it better. When you fully understand a subject, you must feel confident delving into its explanation for your peers. When a coworker, friend, or family member asks how you're doing the next time you're together, tell them about the interesting new subject you're studying. Better still, if you ever encounter a subject matter expert, ask them if you can convey a topic you've just acquired to them and get their opinion. 7. Read various materials. Reading high-quality literature, including books, essays, and blogs, is the key to learning anything. Reading increases vocabulary and engages mental processes, including focus, attention, understanding, and analysis. Make sure you read daily and always have resources available when learning about a new subject. Additionally, look for reliable reading materials other than books, such as papers, articles, case studies, and interviews from reliable sources. 8. Ask thoughtful questions. Don't feel uncomfortable the next time you want to ask someone for advice. Anyone knowledgeable is happy to share their knowledge with someone interested in learning more. When seated next to an authority in a subject you're interested in, act respectfully, acknowledge that you don't know everything, and ask good questions. Chapter 5. Manifesting Money and Attracting Prosperity. The practice of manifesting has grown in popularity, but what exactly is it, and how can you use it to attract greater financial abundance? In this chapter, we'll discuss common misconceptions regarding manifesting money and practical tips for doing it. What a manifestation is in reality. Becoming conscious of something that already exists is known as manifestation. It combines spirituality and personal development, and it can help you in realizing your financial goals. You can create the experience, including financial success, that you want right now by uniting your spirit, mind, and body. When people ask me how to manifest, I usually respond that focusing on who you are is more important than the how. It more closely relates to how you view yourself and others and how you view and engage with the outside world. You must think, feel, and act differently if you want a different life. We constantly bring something into the physical world through our ideas, which is manifestation at work. However, most people merely act out their greatest anxieties, i.e., worries about their business not expanding and their need for more money, which only fuels their want for more money. Unfortunately, no magic wand or secret word will make you rich overnight regarding particular strategies to manifest money. However, it is straightforward. Money manifesting takes place inside of you. Even though social media has made the concept of manifestation popular, I think some aspects of it are often misrepresented and misinterpreted. For instance, choosing a particular color or phrase doesn't necessarily attract money. It depends on how we feel about manifesting money and how we do it. Ways to manifest money. 1. Be familiar with the laws of attraction and vibration. Money is a reaction to the frequency you are putting out. More wealth and prosperity are drawn in by the vibration of abundance and prosperity. Feeling as though you already have money is the easiest approach to attract it. Even if you have $10, you can still feel wealthy if you practice gratitude for wealth and abundance. 2. Be precise. Money comes where needed, another crucial concept to understand to manifest money. Ask what the money will be used for rather than just requesting more. You might wish to buy a car, take more holidays, pay off your student loans, etc. 3. Become accustomed to the sensation of spending. Buyer's regret is a common phenomenon. Spending money on something they want causes them to feel guilty almost immediately. This feeling results from lack, restriction, and the notion that, I don't have enough money, so when I spend, it feels gross. I'm saying that you should spend the same amount of money you do now, but have a different level of emotion. Feel like you have the money rather than you don't have enough. Enjoy your buy sincerely and with gratitude. You are now operating at the frequency of abundance. 4. Test the 3-6-9 approach. Writing down what you want to happen 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and 9 times at night is part of the 3-6-9 method. This technique uses repetition and focused attention to rewire the subconscious mind. It enables someone to experience what you're writing emotionally. However, suppose you continue to repeatedly write a financial figure out without changing how you view and approach money. In that case, this will probably not work and will only frustrate you. This strategy is useful for initial focus changes and goal setting, but the most important is to change how you think and act about money. 5. Position yourself in surroundings with abundance. While you might not currently have millions of cash in your bank account, you can surround yourself with situations where it is. For instance, take a stroll in the priciest part of your town, keep up with the lives of the rich, and browse upscale shops. And sometimes, even small modifications can have a big impact. Spend more money to improve your coffee instead of buying cheap coffee, or forego the plastic water bottle in favor of a crystal glass when drinking water. Without money, there are many ways to operate on a frequency of wealth. Your concentration on abundance causes you to recognize all the abundance that is accessible. This is what will be of most assistance. 6. Keep cash on hand or make yourself a check. If you can, put $100 in your wallet and keep it there. You'll feel wealthy whenever you open your wallet and see the money inside. Additionally, it serves as a reminder that you always have access to more money. You may even issue a check in your name for a specific sum of money to yourself. 7. Consider combining your intention with crystals. Crystals alone cannot help you manifest money. They can only intensify the sensation you already have. For instance, transparent quartz is an amplifier, so if you pick it up while thinking, I need money, I'm so poor, you're magnifying that thought. The crystal will intensify your operation once you are on an abundant and prosperous plane. 8. Employ affirmations. Affirmations may be challenging. If you use one for too long, you risk endorsing false beliefs. For instance, the more times you have to confirm, money comes to me continuously and easily, the less likely you are to believe it to be real. Your thoughts can even go on to say, no, it doesn't. The secret is to believe the new belief, hold on to it, and then let it go. What if it were the case? 9. Focus on your visualizations. When it comes to manifesting, visualizations are a crucial strategy. Imagine having more money in your bank account, a raise in pay, or informing your children about the vacation you just planned for them. The optimum times to visualize are before bed and when you wake up. Here, vision boards may also be useful. But don't forget to ask yourself, who do I need to be to manifest this vision board? On the vision board, you're designing a new way of life for yourself, but internal work still needs to be done. The true job is being who you want to be to manifest, which requires personal growth and development. Developing a positive money mindset. If changing your financial thinking is a top goal, you should understand a money mindset first. A money mindset is an overarching perspective you hold on money. Your perspective on money influences your daily financial decisions. This may significantly affect your capacity to reach your goals. The focus on having a positive money mindset is essential for success. Although many people find talking about money uncomfortable, changing your perspective might help you make better decisions about dealing with problems. Understanding money and concentrating on methods to perceive it positively is essential for long-term success because money and mindset go hand in hand. But here is the trick. Numerous other aspects of your life will change once your connection with money is fixed. Here are 4 tips to help you achieve a positive money mindset. Forgive yourself of financial mistakes. You might as well be a financial expert if you have never been late with a bill or credit card payment. For the vast majority, forgetting about your financial mistakes is crucial. The intention is to get your attention off of your shame so that you can move on to better habits and a future with a more optimistic view of money. Recognize what went wrong, apologize to yourself, and then concentrate on moving forward if you want to forgive yourself for your financial errors. Remind yourself that you are not your financial blunders if you start to have a pessimistic attitude regarding money. Your prior financial missteps don't define you today. Set financial goals. Setting financial goals can be a fantastic next step to achieving money mindset mastery once you have forgiven previous financial mistakes. Decide what matters most to you and ensure everything is on the table when creating goals. You should examine which goals can be achieved quickly, which will take some time, and which must be incorporated into your long-term plan. Applying the SMART goal technique will ensure that these financial goals are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely after you have selected them. Optimize your budget for happiness. It requires a lot of effort to know your money mindset. However, optimizing your budget to include things that make you happy will be much easier. If joining a gym or dining out makes you happy, plan your spending to account for these things. Budgeting will seem less like a burden if you do not feel starved. A reasonable rule of thumb for budgeting is to allocate 50% of your income for necessities like housing, food, petrol, and medications, 30% for wants like holidays, finally learning how to play an instrument, and 20% for savings. If you do, the 20% may be used to settle whatever debt you have initially. Get informed about money. Finally, educate yourself about money to have a positive outlook on money. Spend time with individuals who share those values, read books encouraging positive thinking, and watch what you post on social media to avoid spreading pessimism about money and spending. Reading books. How you feel about money significantly impacts your financial reality. Although your parents and other external factors may have instilled particular money views in your mind, the good news is that you can change your money beliefs. The secret is consistently exposing your mind to fresh, uplifting ideas to help you develop new perspectives about money. Books on money mindset promote budgeting and wise financial behavior, essential to developing a money mindset. Get motivated by quotes. You'll be more likely to have a positive attitude toward money if you surround yourself with inspiring and enlightening quotes. Look for phrases encouraging you to spend money and feel good about yourself, then save or print them to post around the house. Follow promising people. Follow the careers of successful people. Following successful people will motivate you to achieve greatness, whether you do this on social media, through a blog, or reputable news sources. Additionally, not all of these people have to be well known. Make it a point to consult exclusively those who have previously attained your goals for advice. These people might be close relatives, coworkers, mentors, or powerful figures in the financial world. Whatever the case, it's far easier to take after someone who has previously achieved success and exemplifies a favorable money mindset. Transforming dreams into reality. You are a doer, inventor, and game changer with distinctive passions and lofty aspirations. That's fantastic, except when reaching your goals feels completely overwhelming. But don't worry, you can handle this. Whatever your goals seem like, nothing is out of reach. Use these strategies to maintain your composure, self-confidence, and organization while preparing to realize your dreams. 1. Aim high. So, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Debate may be quite stressful, especially if you are unsure of the direction you want to go. It cannot be very comforting to consider the future, but don't restrict yourself to what seems most reasonable or traditional. You have so much potential, and there are countless opportunities for you. Dream big and think outside the box. You are the architect of your future. 2. See your goals clearly. Yes, having huge dreams is vital. But if you don't have a clear idea of what you want, making those desires come true will be far more difficult. When you map your goals on a vision board, your wild imagination gets more structure. You might be inspired and motivated to accomplish your goals by using vision boards. Although vision boards can serve as a roadmap to your future, their best feature is that they are flexible. You can change them as often as necessary without losing their good impact. 3. Get rest when you need it. Students are under enormous pressure to know exactly what they want to accomplish with the rest of their lives and to work nonstop to achieve that goal. Give yourself a break if you're worn out from the daily grind. Practicing an idle 5 minutes is a fantastic method to relax and refocus during high stress. Don't let yourself become exhausted. Don't feel bad about pausing occasionally. 4. Desist from comparing yourself with others. It can be upsetting to witness your friends achieve significant milestones, especially if you feel like you are missing out on the same successes. It's practically impossible to stop comparing yourself to others, so try not to let it bother you. Replace negative self-talk with supportive statements and jealousy with gratitude. You can improve your confidence to take on your next task by acknowledging even the smallest accomplishments. 5. Remain organized with a 1-3-5 list. It's not always as easy as it sounds to remember everything you need to do in a single day, especially when projects build up and deadlines cross over. While creating a standard to-do list will help you streamline those duties, a 1-3-5 list makes your life even easier. Make a list of everything you need to accomplish before you begin. Next, classify those duties into 3 categories: large, medium, and small. You may prioritize your tasks and use a 1-3-5 list to manage your time well and purposefully. 6. Don't let minor setbacks demoralize you. Even with the most meticulous strategy for your future, you never know what curveballs life may throw. Don't allow a little disappointment to derail you, whether it's a slow practice day or getting turned down for an opportunity you were after. Although these failures can be disheartening at the time, they also present excellent chances for further development. Occasionally, deviating from your intended course can be a step in the correct direction. 7. Utilize your community. You don't have to pursue your aspirations alone, even though they are special to you. Always keep in mind that you have support from friends, family, coaches, instructors, and mentors all around you. The people in your community care about you and want to see you succeed, so never be afraid to ask for help or guidance. Chapter 6. Overcoming Challenges on the Path to Wealth. Most people would concur that achieving financial independence is their main financial goal. Those who have already attained financial freedom could change their goal to maintaining their independence. It is important to look at some of the main challenges that stand in the way of achieving those goals and consider solutions. Several obstacles must be overcome to succeed when trying to reach financial goals. Understanding the challenges that stand in your way and having a strategy to overcome them will help you stay on track, whether your goal is to develop wealth, save for retirement, pay off debt, buy a home, or several other goals. Dealing with failures and setbacks. Unfortunately, There is no way to guarantee you won't fail. You will inevitably have setbacks, even if you are working hard and believe you are doing everything correctly. Obstacles can be difficult and depressing, possibly making you doubt your skills and ability. Here are some suggestions for changing your perspective and learning how to handle setbacks. 1. Don't let it get to you. People often think about their failures as a reflection of their identity, which does little to boost their confidence and self-esteem. Understanding the difference between failure and failing at something is crucial to overcome your fear of challenges. In actuality, it occurs to everyone. Yes, even some of the most successful individuals have felt let down. John Lennon was expelled from Liverpool College. Oprah Winfrey was sacked from her first TV anchor position, and Walt Disney was reportedly criticized for lacking imagination by a newspaper editor. Failures have no bearing on your capacity for success. With this in mind, ask yourself, what would I do if I was not afraid of failing? 2. View failure as an opportunity for improvement. When new difficulties develop in achieving your goals, pause to reflect. How come you failed? Was the reason out of your control? Is there a lesson to be taken away from this? When you fail, you learn from the experience and move closer to success. These constraints might even inspire you to develop fresh ideas. Ultimately, you want to see your disappointments as chances to think things through, get better, and move on. Nothing will be able to prevent you from realizing your dreams after you've changed your perspective. 3. Don't focus on your shortcomings. Regret, rage, disappointment, and despair are unpleasant feelings you should give yourself time to experience. However, you shouldn't wallow in your losses because it has already happened and you can do nothing to reverse it. Don't waste your time moping. Take what you've learned from your struggle, then continue. This is easier said than done, but the sooner you move past your failure, the faster you recover. 4. Recognize the value of perseverance. Thomas Edison tried numerous times before coming up with the light bulb. He was successful because of his consistency and tenacity. He once said, "I have not failed," something you've probably heard before. I recently discovered 10,000 methods that don't work. If you genuinely believe your offer is worthwhile, your strategy to succeed will benefit from your tenacity and perseverance. 5. Recognize the importance of the overall picture. Step back and consider your setbacks as logically as you can. Have you gotten a bad exam grade? Think about that disappointment for a second. Next, consider all the exams you have taken in high school and how many you will take in college. That sum, we bet, grew quickly. That subpar test score suddenly isn't such a big deal. By keeping things in perspective, you'll realize that failing won't make it more difficult for you to succeed. Failure is inevitable, but learning how to handle it can help you succeed. Regardless of whatever obstacles you may encounter, have faith in yourself because your future is bright. Overcoming fear and risk aversion. Even well-known leaders are often afraid to take risks. However, entrepreneurs must take significant ones to thrive. Success doesn't need you to take risks naturally, and understanding how fear operates can help you conquer it. Your brain concentrates on loss aversion when you get afraid and reluctant, which means it's trying to keep you safe. It was an adaptive tactic that prevented our ancestors from dying. Your brain becomes overly analytical in that mode. It lists everything that could go wrong and brings up previous failure memories to keep you safe. The reward pathway is a system in our brain that causes the production of feel-good neurotransmitters whenever we perform an exciting or unusual task. Loss aversion is overridden by this system, which encourages risk-taking. People with naturally active reward circuits concentrate on novelty or action. Adopt some of their techniques for focusing on the advantages of risk to overcome your fear. Here are 3 ideas to get you started. Benefits and drawbacks should not be considered. Making a sound judgment when taking a risk only requires a little study and gut feeling. A swamp of advantages and disadvantages will only stir up anxiety. The more analytical you become, your brain's anxiety and demotivation-inducing region become more active. If your instinct tells you to say yes, then dive in and adjust as you go to avoid letting fear take over. While this does not imply that you should behave carelessly, the sooner you begin to take action, the less likely you will become frightened. Recognize your fears. Learning to overcome fear is similar to tackling any difficulty in that you must first recognize the obstacle before getting past it. What exactly are you terrified of? Sit quietly and watch your thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations for a few minutes. Write down your thoughts, being as detailed as you can. To become more aware of your motivations, practice daily mindfulness meditation. As you settle into your core, you'll feel ready to face your worries. Make a lot of small goals. Start small by establishing several reachable goals you can complete quickly to gain confidence in taking on risks. Include some that are a little frightening, but the major goal is to succeed consistently. Your early success will encourage you to take more significant chances. Our brains release dopamine every time we succeed, encouraging us to return and attempt the next success. At this point, you'll be ready to act and less likely to become paralyzed by the dread of prospective losses, so you can now take a big risk. Recognize how fear can be used for good. Our emotions serve as a form of communication. Your spirit tries communicating with you when you experience fear, so pay attention. If you experience overwhelming stress or are distracted by mild but persistent anxiety, you probably have a repressed fear that requires attention. Leaning into your anxiety is necessary for overcoming fear rather than avoiding it. Consider the fear as knowledge rather than as a danger to your survival. Anxiety cannot ruin your life if you learn to use it to your benefit. When you conquer fear, it becomes your ally and a valuable source of direction for realizing your greatest potential. Face your fear. There are appropriate times for both action and introspection. Too much haste in overcoming your fear can result in actions detrimental to your well-being, such as grabbing a drink, indulging in comfort food, or suppressing emotion. The next time you experience fear, stay still. Spend some time sitting with your fear. Consider this. What is the primary cause? Is it a dread of the unknown? Fear of failing? What excuse do you give yourself for being unable to overcome this fear? Reflecting for a moment can help you face your fears in a purposeful, deliberate, and powerful way. Develop goals that are musts. Goals we establish for ourselves that are uninspired or elusive often hinder our ability to overcome fear. To change this, consider what your desired and deserving life would entail. Do you actively work toward it, or is it merely a someday, maybe plan? Is it something you can accomplish and are ready to commit to? Determining whether or not you're setting a compelling goal is the first step in conquering fear. Will you feel satisfied if you succeed at this? In contrast, will you be lost if you fail to do this? Focus on your objective more. What do you want to happen? Is it an increase in money in the bank or financial growth? Perhaps you long for the freedom to travel wherever and whenever you like. Think about how your life will change if you don't get this result and contrast it with how your life will change if you do. When you believe that achieving your goal is crucial, the fear of giving up overwhelms the fear of failing, and you are motivated to take action. Identify the excuses. You put off doing things out of fear. I'm exhausted. I must complete other tasks. In any case, it is a bad idea. These justifications undoubtedly seem similar to you. Most likely, you've said these words aloud to yourself. Recognize when you are making excuses, then work out a solution. Too worn out? You should rearrange your schedule so that you can sleep better at night. Too little time? Examine your priorities to see where you might find more time. And the next time an excuse presents itself, decide that you won't succumb to the little voice nagging you to say no, because doing so won't ultimately advance your growth. Be surrounded by successful people. Power is in proximity. The law of attraction, or the notion that, in essence, you become the people you surround yourself with, is another name for this. You will experience in reality exactly what you retain in your head regularly. It's time to evaluate your focus if you've made all of your shoulds become musts and are aware of your excuses but still don't know how to face your fears and achieve your goals. People committed to overcoming fear and realizing their goals surround themselves with like-minded individuals. These are the kind of people who will inspire you and drive you to accomplish your goals. Raising your standards and allowing people to hold you accountable will help you conquer your fear. Be in the company of risk takers. Exposure is a key component of risk comfort. You will be far more likely to take risks yourself if you have people in your social circle, and especially your family, who have been willing to do so. The social component of entrepreneurship is significant. Embrace a growth mindset. When you're scared, you usually stay still. What if you miscalculate? What if you fail? You begin to think that you cannot move forward at all. Fear prevents you from doing so. Developing a growth mindset is one of the most effective strategies for overcoming anxiety and fear. It's not about reaching your goals and being flawless at every turn. Stop aiming for perfection. Nobody is ever flawless all the time. The cornerstone of a growth mentality is being at ease with what you don't know and moving on nevertheless. Find wisdom in pain. Nobody enjoys being in pain. The majority of us take enormous measures to prevent it. But pain can teach us a lot. Accepting that pain will occasionally be a part of your life and your efforts to reach your goals become an opportunity for progress. Pain loses its power and becomes another weapon for overcoming fear when you stop viewing it as a danger to your survival. Visualize your goals. You've put in the mental effort to pinpoint the causes of your self-imposed limitations and list your top priorities. But to consistently exercise these habits to achieve actual action, you must overcome fear. Visualizing your goals helps you focus, and focus attracts energy. It can be accomplished by imagery training, meditation, or priming. The most crucial thing is committing to your goal and visualizing success. You'll train your brain to think everything is possible, which is an important first step in overcoming fear. Accept that you will fail. What is the most common worry that prevents people from achieving their goals? They'll fail. Failure, however, can also teach us. Failure often serves as a stronger teacher than success. You'll be less fearful of failure if you recognize that it is an inherent component of success from the start. You can acquire lessons from failure to help you make better decisions about your future tactics. Chapter 7. Embracing the Journey to Financial Freedom. We have a lot of alternatives and freedom in life because of money. The ultimate aim of financial freedom is to get to the point when our money starts to work for us. It is choosing money matters based on satisfaction rather than financial limitations. It's unclear how the concepts of financial independence and financial freedom differ because the two terms are frequently used interchangeably. When someone can sustain their quality of living on their own and provide for themselves, that person is considered to be financially independent. It describes a situation where a person is independent of other people in terms of their ability to pay their debts. The opposite is true when it comes to financial freedom, which is defined as having a passive income, being debt-free, being able to handle one's finances without stress, and having a retirement plan as well as other forms of savings. On the road to financial freedom, financial independence is the first stop. Many marathon runners will attest that winning a marathon takes a lot of blood, sweat, and occasionally tears. Similarly to this, obtaining financial freedom is a process that demands significant sacrifice, but is ultimately very rewarding. Personal transformation and how to achieve it. Personal transformation is the process through which we modify certain aspects of our identities, behaviors, and lifestyles. Personal transformation is a statement of goodwill. It represents the realization that we are not who we wish to be. What I am doing is not what I want to be doing. The life I am currently doing is not what I want to be doing. Personal transformation, then, is an intentional, conscious process that helps us get closer to the point where we can confidently say, I am who I want to be, I am doing what I want to be doing, and I am living the life I want to be living. This chapter concerns successful personal transformation at the core of good mental health and well-being. People who engage in personal transformation are self-aware enough to realize they don't want their lives to continue similarly. Personal transformation is not an option without self-awareness, since there is nothing to transform in the person lacking it. People who participate in personal transformation often have high self-belief, confidence, and support. Personal transformation is not without its hurdles. Many people regard personal transformation as an ongoing commitment to be their best selves. At the same time, some are happy and content to stay as they are and choose a lifestyle that has few obligations to them. If you haven't yet, perhaps consider your reasons. Or, if you've already tried it, but it didn't turn out as you had hoped, think about how you may approach it differently the next time. Of course, dedicated periods of personal transformation can occur at any time, but they often occur as a response to a trigger of some sort. For instance, sadness, boredom, or simply the desire for a new challenge may cause us to reflect on our lives and realize that a change is necessary. Or if our personal or professional circumstances change due to a marriage, a divorce, a promotion, or a job loss. However, not all personal transformation is as intentional or conscious as when it happens spontaneously during regular but significant life stages, such as transitioning from school to work, changing occupations, or assuming new roles like becoming a partner or parent. People commit to their transformation primarily to fulfill certain life goals. Although occasionally challenging, investing in ourselves can be a fruitful and pleasurable experience. And when we reach our goal and reflect on how far we've come and how much we've changed, we might feel a sense of pride and accomplishment. Personal transformation supports our ability to live effectively, survive, and experience good mental and physical health. Life always demands us, and it can feel fulfilling when we can reshape who we are and what we do to meet those needs. Undoubtedly, life will inevitably place expectations on us that we cannot satisfy if we do not focus on our personal transformation. Personal transformation is a process that can occur anywhere and at any moment. Depending on the type of transformation committed, it will happen somewhere. For instance, the job might be the focus of someone eager to advance professionally, or the home might be the focus of someone trying to be a better parent. When we stop thinking about it, there are countless locations and settings, including churches, gyms, colleges, and sports facilities. Of course, personal transformation occurs inside of us as well. It takes place inside as well, in our bodies and minds. Numerous factors can contribute to personal transformation. Here are just a few that I employ in my work. 1. Discuss your life with trusted friends and family to see what happens. People close to us are often able to show us where change is necessary or where our blind spots are. If you don't know somebody like that or want a fresh viewpoint, speak with a therapist or life coach. Inform them that you believe the time is now to begin your personal transformation journey. 2. Increase your self-awareness to identify any aspects of your life you want to change. Many approaches exist for doing this, some of which are listed below. Grab a pen and some paper. Write down your thoughts, actions, or feelings regularly, along with the areas of your life to which they pertain. Are they typically favorable or unfavorable? If so, can they be made better? If bad, what needs attention? Divide your life into important segments, such as yourself, your home, your job, your relationships, and your link to the outside world. Spend some quiet time thinking about these areas and deciding which ones might benefit from transformation. 3. Rewatch your favorite movie or read your favorite book again, since stories are about personal transformation. Your favorite narrative has captured and stuck with you for a reason. Search for your hints. They are often there. 4. Accept the 0 to 10 challenge. For each of the following areas, pick a number to represent where you are currently and another to represent where you aspire to be. When you hit your target figure, describe how your life has changed. What is different about your life right now can help you pinpoint your areas of transformation. You, your identity, self-worth, and sense of self, the past, present, or future, your family, home, and relationships, your job and other professional circumstances, your health and well-being, your financial situation, your way of life, your social and cultural background, and the environment. Strategies for long-term financial security. Spending too much time reading investment-related newspaper stories and tube station adverts will lead you to conclude that most people are focused on achieving rapid financial growth at all costs. However, in many instances, savers and investors concentrate more on asset preservation, ensuring that their retirement fund does not deplete over time and is available for use or transfer when necessary. Maintaining wealth can be a delicate balancing act that calls for an awareness of the various influences that affect money. Here are 5 ways savers can make sure their attention is on preservation. 1. Recognize what reduces your capital. Money can lose value if it is kept saved at any cost. This is because your portfolio might be depleted by 2 causes, even if you have money in your account. The first is inflation, which is especially problematic because it runs high, and interest rates are also historically low. Money in most of your bank accounts is gradually losing value because the bank rate is only 0.5%, and inflation is currently 2.5%. Taxes are the second force to be cautious of. Unless contained within tax-free institutions, every increase in wealth that exceeds specific thresholds may be liable to income tax or capital gains, depending on its form. This is true, particularly when wealth is passed down through the generations, and inheritance tax is also a factor. 2. Take protection into account. Protecting wealth from unforeseen shocks like illness, death, or liability for an accident is a key component of wealth preservation. Because of this, everyone should think about how insurance or protection can help preserve money. A sound plan for wealth preservation includes life insurance, critical illness insurance, and high-quality insurance policies that provide legal coverage and unintentional damage to priceless goods. 3. Change the focus of your asset allocation. Not everyone aspires to speculate to accumulate. Focusing on lower volatility investment strategies may benefit investors who want to protect their wealth. These could include fixed interest investments, cash savings, and dividend income-based wealth preservation schemes. Some investment trusts are appropriate for asset preservation because they withhold earnings during prosperous times to tame returns during more trying times. Long-term returns from greater risk investments may be higher. Still, if wealth preservation rather than growth is the main objective, the volatility of these investments may not be essential. 4. To protect your wealth, diversify. The adage, "Don't put all of your eggs in one basket," has never applied to anything more than wealth preservation. Maintaining wealth also involves mixing several asset classes and ensuring your investments spread throughout various industries and regions. It may be necessary to seek professional help to ensure a diversified portfolio contains assets that can be used as insurance against various economic scenarios. 5. Make plans to preserve wealth for future generations. The measures to prevent money from depleting by taxes become much more urgent if asset preservation is intended to last for a long time. Making a will, getting advice on U.S. gifting laws that permit people to give money to family members tax-free, and possibly using trusts to ensure that money is protected over time are all necessary steps for protecting a portfolio against inheritance tax and guaranteeing that it is passed down to the next generation. Saving enthusiasts can rest easy knowing that their money is being conserved as much as possible by following these actions. Conclusion. There is no easy recipe to follow to become wealthy. Perhaps you'll come up with a wonderful concept and follow it through. Perhaps you'll find a fantastic co-founder for your business. Like most of us, you might put in a lot of effort, but you'll also make wise financial decisions and invest your way to wealth. A millionaire mindset does not emerge overnight. It requires vision, enthusiasm, and a tremendous amount of effort. Recognize that any setbacks are typical and serve as a learning opportunity. Have patience and awareness. Confidence and financial freedom are easily attainable if you are clear about your objectives and stay motivated. Everyone must ultimately choose the path that is best for them. However, those who can cultivate and maintain a wealth mindset will ultimately prevail.
We appreciate you tuning in to one of our captivating audiobooks. For more immersive experiences, here is another audiobook we're certain you'll enjoy. Don't forget to show your support by liking this video, sharing what you loved about this audiobook in the comments section below, and subscribing for more captivating audiobooks like this. Thanks for being a part of our audiobook community.